All right, tonight, new information about the teen accused in the shooting deaths of 2 people at a Wisconsin protest. This is what we know. 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse is charged with intentional homicide. And investigators say the Blue Lives Matter supporter killed 2 people at a protest over the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha. Now, the shooting was caught on camera Sunday. It shows police firing shots at Blake, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. And the shooting of Jacob Blake is still fresh in the minds of many people across the country, including in Atlanta rapper T.I. Tonight, he joined national leaders and civil rights activists to have an open conversation about race. Hope Ford has that story for us tonight.
This is what healing looks like.
A police officer, pastor, a man shot by police, and others gathered on stage to talk about love, race, and what America can do now. The tour, appropriately called Healing America, stopped in Atlanta Wednesday night, less than 24 hours after close to 150 people gathered downtown to protest the police shooting in Wisconsin. The demonstration was for Jacob Blake, the Wisconsin man shot 7 times in the back by police on Sunday.
I am saddened with the parallels between my story and Mr. Jacob Blake's, with him possibly losing his ability to walk.
Leon Ford, who also survived a police shooting, took the stage alongside Ryan Tillman, a California police officer.
There's a need for police, but at the same time, there's a dire need to also change policing.
The problem ain't the police. The problem is the systemic issues within law enforcement and the justice system.
Besides police reform, the group applauded several NBA teams for boycotting playoff games in solidarity for Blake. Atlanta rapper and mogul T.I. Harris stopped by to discuss the black dollar and how it affects major corporations.
Every dollar we spend is a vote for a corporation, is a vote for a product, a vote for a brand. So for us to not utilize that strength that we all collectively have is leaving food on the table.
The panelists preached education and uniting to work on solutions that can revive hope, bring change, and start healing the nation.